Have you ever wondered what life is really like in the land of fire and ice after the sun goes down? While Iceland is world famous for its breathtaking landscapes, volcanoes and glaciers, what truly makes the island nation unique are its nighttime traditions, unusual routines and customs that surprise even the most seasoned travelers. Tonight, we're taking you far beyond the guidebooks and tourism brochures. Icelandic nights aren't just about braving the cold or chasing the northern lights. They reveal a culture shaped by endless summers, mysterious folklore, and communal rituals you won't find anywhere else. From midnight swims in warm geothermal pools to age-old storytelling around the fireplace, Icelanders have found remarkable ways to fill their long, dark nights with comfort, adventure, and a touch of the unexpected. Are you curious about the secrets locals keep after dark? Could you handle their surprising delicacies, endure their mysterious midnight rituals, or believe their ghostly legends? We'll count down 10 nighttime customs that will open your eyes to the real Iceland. Maybe challenge how you spend your own evenings. If you love discovering weird and wonderful traditions from around the globe, you're in the right place. Make sure to hit subscribe and turn on notifications so you never miss our next dose of timeless curiosities, surprising facts, and jaw-dropping lists. Ready to dive in? Let's explore Iceland after dark. When you think of Icelandic nights, the image of long, dark winter evenings might come to mind. But in reality, there's another side entirely, one that takes place during the magical months of summer, when the midnight sun transforms social life throughout the country. In late May through July, the sun barely dips below the horizon. Daylight stretches on for up to 21 hours, showering Iceland in gentle golden light all night long. For locals, this isn't just a scientific phenomenon. It's a cue to come alive and embrace social life in ways that visitors find surprising, even a little surreal. Instead of winding down when evening falls, Icelanders ramp things up. Parks, streets, and backyard gardens become scenes of late-night picnics, BBQs, and spontaneous outdoor gatherings. Restaurants and bars extend their hours as friends meet up for drinks under still bright skies. It feels almost like the entire country is celebrating together. For many families, it's tradition to go hiking or biking close to midnight, marveling at the landscape bathed in sunlight as if it were noon. But perhaps most remarkable is the collective sense of connection. People are drawn outdoors, enjoying local music festivals, cultural events, and even open-air yoga sessions at midnight. Kids play in parks until it's time for bed, sometimes hours later than usual. The need for blackout curtains becomes obvious. Many newcomers struggle to sleep, their bodies tricked by the endless light. Tourists are often amazed at just how vibrant and joyful these nights can be. Instead of retreating indoors, everyone seems to revel in the sun's refusal to disappear, forming a special bond around shared experience. The midnight sun is more than a natural marvel. It's a celebration of life, light, and the joy of being together. Would you stay up all night just to join the fun? In Iceland, losing track of time might just be the best way to experience true local hospitality. Number 2. Late-night soaks in geothermal pools. Iceland's volcanic landscape blesses the nation with thousands of natural geothermal pools, hot springs bubbling with mineral-rich water, often found in the most surprising locations, fields, mountainsides, and even city neighborhoods. While visitors might imagine these pools as daytime attractions, locals know the real magic happens after dark. Once the sun has set, whether it's behind the horizon or just hiding low in summer, crowds gather at these pools late into the night, sometimes until the early morning hours. It's more than a simple dip. Relaxing in steaming water while cool air floats above is a cherished social custom. People come to unwind after work, meet friends, and chat with neighbors, creating a unique sense of community you won't find elsewhere. Don't be surprised if you hear lively conversations about politics, sports, or stories from the day echoing around the pool. Late-night soaks are so ingrained in Icelandic culture that public pools, called lauga, often stay open extra hours to accommodate everyone. In smaller towns, some pools never officially close. The custom is that anyone can enter if the door is unlocked. What truly shocks visitors is the contrast between steaming water and the chilly Icelandic air. Some brave souls even jump between the hot pools and adjacent ice-cold baths for a jolt of energy and improved circulation. And don't forget the midnight sky overhead. On clear nights, you might be lucky enough to soak beneath a blanket of stars, or even catch a glimpse of the northern lights dancing above. Would you join the locals, floating in the warmth while sharing stories under the night sky? For Icelanders, late-night soaks aren't just about relaxation. They're a celebration of life, health, and community in one of the world's most extraordinary landscapes. Number 3. Northern Lights chasing expeditions. For many, witnessing the Northern Lights is a once-in-a-lifetime dream. In Iceland, the aurora borealis isn't just a rare spectacle. It's a nightly adventure deeply woven into the local culture, especially during the cold, clear nights of winter. But few visitors realize how much this cosmic phenomenon shapes the Icelandic routine and spirit. Imagine a place where, after sunset, families bundle up in layers, thermos in hand, and pile into their cars, not to go to a restaurant or a movie, but to chase the promise of green and violet lights across vast, empty landscapes. The anticipation starts in late autumn, when the sky grows dark enough for auroras to appear. Islanders check dedicated aurora forecast websites and mobile apps, constantly sharing tips and aurora alerts within local communities and across social media. On a promising night, friends form spontaneous expeditions, sometimes driving for hours away from city lights. They seek the perfect spot, a deserted beach, a rugged field, or even the slopes of an old volcano. While the car rides can be hours long and the cold biting, the excitement builds with every kilometer. Stories are swapped, music plays, flasks of hot cocoa are passed around, everyone watching and waiting for that first shimmer in the sky. When the lights finally appear, conversation gives way to awe. The sky may explode in waves of green, purple, and pink light, swirling and dancing overhead. Islanders say each display is unique, and even lifelong residents are still left speechless. For many, the aurora is more than just a show. It's a reminder of nature's power and mystery, a moment to feel small and connected in the vastness of the world. Of course, the Northern Lights don't appear on command, and that's part of the ritual. Whether or not the auroras come, the journey, the anticipation, and the shared experience make the night special. Some locals even believe the lights can signal good luck or new beginnings, while old legends warn against whistling at the auroras, lest they swoop down for a closer look. Would you brave the freezing darkness for a shot at the world's greatest light show? In Iceland, for many, it's not just about seeing the aurora, it's about the adventure and the sense of wonder it inspires every single time. Number 4. Ghost Stories and Elf Legends by Candlelight. When night settles over Iceland and the world grows quiet, a different kind of magic awakens, one rooted not in science, but in centuries-old folklore, whispered legends, and a culture that's unafraid to blur the line between fact and imagination. Ghost stories and elf legends aren't just for children here. They're woven into the very fabric of Icelandic society, especially on long, dark nights. It's common for families and friends to gather indoors as evening descends, sometimes in living rooms, sometimes around campfires, but always surrounded by the warm glow of candles or a crackling fireplace. These aren't just chance gatherings. Sharing ghost stories, tales of hidden people, the Huldufolk, and accounts of inexplicable happenings is a tradition passed down through generations. Elders recount family encounters with mysterious lights, strange footprints in fresh snow, or eerie voices drifting across empty landscapes. Youngsters listen wide-eyed, both thrilled and wary. What makes these tales special is that many Icelanders genuinely hold respect, and in some cases belief, in elves, trolls, and ghosts. It's not just a bedtime ritual. Construction projects have been delayed or rerouted on account of rumored elf dwellings, and it's not unusual to see tiny houses built among rocks, offerings to keep the hidden people happy. On winter holidays like Christmas or the deepest nights of midwinter, these legends take on even more power. Parents caution children not to misbehave or wander off, warning that the Yule lads or mischievous elves might visit. Some towns host story nights, where local storytellers and folklorists revive the region's most haunting legends. For visitors, this tradition is both bewildering and enchanting. It's easy to be skeptical until you're sitting in a flickering room surrounded by shadows, as someone tells a tale so vivid you can almost sense the hidden beings yourself. The stories may change from family to family, but the lesson is constant. In Iceland, the world remains a place full of mystery, and there's still room for wonder after dark. Would you dare to believe even for one night? In Iceland, imagination and reality walk hand in hand, especially when telling stories in the heart of the night. Number 5. Jólabókaflóð, the Christmas book flood. As the dark winter closes in on Iceland, a unique tradition brings warmth, connection, and inspiration to homes across the country. Jólabókaflóð, known as the Christmas book flood, deeply cherished and awaited all year, this custom centers on the simple joy of reading together, and it transforms Icelandic nights into literary celebrations unlike anything else in the world. Picture this. In the days leading up to Christmas, bookstores fill with new releases and families eagerly await their annual book catalogs. On December 24th itself, nearly every Icelandic household exchanges books as their main holiday gifts. The excitement runs high as people unwrap novels, poetry, histories, and children's books, chosen with care and anticipation. But the magic truly begins after the presents are opened. Instead of moving on to other holiday festivities, Icelanders settle in for a night of reading. They gather in cozy corners with hot chocolate or mulled wine, curling up by candlelight and beside glowing fireplaces. Parents and children share stories out loud. Friends swap books and compare passages, and some simply lose themselves in their chosen titles. Reading well past midnight, Jólabókaflóð is much more than a national love for books. It's a tradition that strengthens families and friendships, connects generations, and fosters creativity. Even smaller Icelandic towns host community book readings or swap events, filling cold nights with laughter and learning. The flood of books is so powerful that Iceland consistently ranks among the highest for books published and read per capita in the world. For visitors, this custom is both surprising and inspiring. Imagine arriving in a country where the most anticipated part of Christmas is not gifts or feasts, but the quiet anticipation of diving into new stories. Tourists who experience Jólabókaflóð often leave with a new appreciation for the power of literature, and sometimes with Icelandic books to treasure for life. So, would you dedicate your holiday night entirely to reading? In Iceland, the Christmas book flood is more than a tradition. It's a celebration that lights up the longest nights of the year with imagination and connection. Number 6. Fermented shark tastings. Hakal, Iceland may enthrall travelers with its stunning nature, but some of its cuisine sparks an entirely different kind of lasting impression, and nothing is more infamous than Hakal, the country's infamous fermented shark. While the thought of eating this dish is daunting enough during daylight, many locals and adventurous visitors keep the ritual alive with nighttime tastings, turning it into a dare, a rite of passage, and a social spectacle. But what exactly is Hakal? It begins with the Greenland shark, a creature native to Icelandic waters, which is toxic if eaten fresh due to high levels of natural toxins. To make it edible, the meat is buried in gravelly sand and left to ferment for several weeks or even months. After that, it's dug up, sliced, and hung out to dry. The result is a pungent ammonia-scented delicacy that can overwhelm even the bravest appetites. If you're fortunate enough to be invited to a traditional Icelandic celebration or midwinter festival, don't be surprised if a bowl of hakal is passed around, often accompanied by strong shots of local schnapps called brennivín, a potent drink playfully nicknamed the Black Death for good reason. But why at night? Traditionally, these tastings followed carefully timed gatherings, celebrations, or family dinners, where the shadows and laughter made it easier to face the challenge together. Tourists are often encouraged to try hakal after dark, under dim light, as part of food tours or even at late-night bars in Reykjavik. Known for offering the true local experience, it's common to see new arrivals squirm, laugh, and document their reactions on video, adding to the legend. For those bold enough to give it a go, the taste is unforgettable. Some claim it's an acquired one, while many say one bite is more than enough for a lifetime. Yet sharing hakal at night fosters camaraderie. If you can face Iceland's most notorious snack with your new friends, you can handle almost anything the country throws your way. Would you dare try fermented shark as midnight approaches? In Iceland, hakal isn't just a dish. It's a story, a challenge, and a bond. One best savored when the sun is gone and curiosity is at its peak. Number 7. Nighttime hot dog. Reykjavik's streets might seem quiet after midnight, but beneath the sleepy surface lies a buzzing tradition that nearly every Icelander and most visitors can agree on: the legendary late-night hot dog run. Iceland's pilsur, a uniquely Icelandic hot dog, isn't just a food, it's a national obsession. And grabbing one late at night is a rite of passage for locals and tourists alike. You might wonder, what's so special about these hot dogs? For starters, the Icelandic pilsur is made with a blend of lamb, pork, and beef, giving it a distinct taste that sets it apart from ordinary franks. Served in a fluffy bun and topped with a cascade of condiments, ketchup, sweet mustard, remoulade, crispy fried onions, and raw onions, it's a flavor explosion best enjoyed late at night, when the city glows quietly under streetlights and the air is crisp. Several street stands, most famously Bejarin's Bestu Pilsur, remain open deep into the night. After concerts, parties, or simply wandering the city's atmospheric streets, locals form lines for their midnight snack, sometimes sharing laughs and stories with strangers. The hot dog cart becomes an unofficial social hub, linking all walks of life. From celebrities and politicians to kids and tourists, everyone makes a pilgrimage for one with everything. But why are hot dogs so tied to Icelandic nightlife? The tradition dates back decades, when pilsur stands began catering to late-night workers and revelers. The easy, affordable snack quickly became the go-to meal for those looking to keep the night alive, fueling conversations and adventures until sunrise. Eating a pilsur is practical, communal and steeped in nostalgia. Many families fondly recall nighttime trips to the same stands across generations. For tourists, this tradition is both delicious and uniquely Icelandic. There's something about biting into a warm hot dog amidst Reykjavik's cool night air, hearing snippets of Icelandic chatter, and feeling, if only for a moment, like part of the city's living rhythm. Would you join the queue under the stars? In Iceland, the perfect end to any night might just be a simple hot dog, surrounded by friends, stories, and a bit of culinary pride. Number 8. Weekly blackout nights. While much of modern life is defined by constant connection to our devices, our televisions, and artificial light, Icelanders have a cherished tradition that pushes back against the ever-present glow, the weekly blackout night. What might start as a practical way to save energy or escape light pollution has over generations become a mindful ritual celebrated in many Icelandic homes. Imagine once a week, families intentionally switch off all electric lights, turn off electronics, and settle into the pure embrace of darkness, illuminated only by candles or a fireplace. Some choose Wednesday, others Sunday, but the result is similar everywhere. A pause in the busy rhythm of life, a return to simpler times, and a chance to reconnect, face to face, story by story, without screens to distract or electric light dominating the mood. People talk, share, laugh, or reflect, sometimes even singing or reciting poetry in the flickering glow. It's not uncommon for neighborhood kids to invent shadow games, for friends to host dinner by candlelight, or for parents to pass along tales from their own childhoods under hush of night. But blackout nights offer more than nostalgia. They're a practical tool for relaxation. Many Icelanders claim to sleep more soundly after an evening spent without artificial brightness, and scientists even point to the health benefits of reducing blue light before bed. For some, these nights coincide with important celestial events, perfect for stepping outside and searching for a glimpse of the northern lights, constellations, or simply listening to the silence of a world without modern intrusions. For visitors, it can feel at first like stepping back in time, but often becomes one of their most memorable Icelandic experiences. In a place where long, dark winters are just part of the season, the act of embracing nightly darkness is less about deprivation and more about gratitude, mindfulness, and the unexpected gift of presence. Would you try a blackout night? No screens, just stories and the magic of the dark. In Iceland, this weekly custom turns the absence of light into one of life's richest moments. Number 9. Traditional folk dancing and singing as night blankets the Icelandic countryside. Music and rhythm often rise to fill the silence. Far from the pulsating energy of modern nightlife, many Icelandic towns and villages still honor ancient traditions of folk dancing and communal singing, rituals that have shaped the nation's cultural spirit for centuries. For locals, these gatherings are more than entertainment. They're a celebration of heritage, unity, and the power of shared joy under the northern sky. Traditional Icelandic folk music has deep roots in storytelling. Songs known as rimur date back hundreds of years and were originally passed orally from generation to generation. These melodic ballads weave tales of love, loss, nature, and legends of Vikings and heroes. On long winter nights, families would gather in their homes or village halls, lighting candles and warming the room with both song and laughter. Even today, in rural areas like the Westfjords or North Iceland, it's not uncommon for neighbors to host small gatherings after dark, keeping these traditions alive. As for the dancing, forget fancy choreography or stage performances. Icelandic folk dances are all about connection. Participants often form circles or lines, moving in simple rhythmic patterns that mirror the heartbeat of the music. Hand-holding, synchronized steps, and communal chants bring strangers together almost instantly. The tone is light, playful, and spontaneous. All that's required is a willingness to join in. Some festivals, like Thorrablot, the Midwinter Feast, feature all-night celebrations filled with dancing, live instruments, and laughter echoing across the frozen landscape. For many visitors, the warmth of these gatherings contrasts beautifully with Iceland's cold nights. There's a sense of escape from the modern world. No glowing screens or digital distractions, just music, stories, and human connection. Even tourists who don't understand the lyrics often find themselves swept up in the rhythm, clapping, dancing, or simply watching in awe as locals celebrate traditions that have endured for centuries. Would you join a midnight circle, singing with strangers under candlelight? In Iceland, these nights of music remind everyone that joy doesn't need technology or trend, it only needs people, a melody, and the courage to keep old stories alive. Number 10. Nighttime hiking and midnight marathons. Most countries, hiking at midnight might sound dangerous or simply impractical. But in Iceland, it's a beloved tradition that combines the country's awe-inspiring landscapes with its surreal late-night light. Whether it's a peaceful walk under the midnight sun or an organized marathon through mountain trails, Icelanders have turned nighttime hiking into an unforgettable cultural experience. During the long summer days, The sun barely dips below the horizon, painting the sky in hues of gold, pink, and violet well past midnight. For locals, this endless twilight isn't a reason to rest, it's an invitation to explore. Groups of friends, families, and even solo adventurers set out on late-night hikes to enjoy the quiet beauty of nature without the usual crowds. The air feels crisp, the light glows softly, and there's a deep sense of calm that's almost otherworldly. Popular routes like Mount Esja near Reykjavik or the coastal paths around Vik come alive with people walking in near silence, marveling that it still feels like day. But Iceland doesn't stop there. The country hosts several midnight marathons, events that draw runners from around the world eager to experience this phenomenon firsthand. The Reykjavik Midnight Sun Run, held every June, starts late in the evening, taking participants past geothermal areas, coastal roads, and city landmarks bathed in golden light. For runners, it's a mixture of athletic challenge and spiritual journey, one that concludes under skies that never truly go dark. Winter offers a different but equally mesmerizing version of this tradition. When daylight is scarce, nighttime hikes take on a magical, almost mysterious quality. Equipped with headlamps and guided by the shimmer of moonlight or the glow of snow, hikers trek across frozen fields or mountain passes. And on especially lucky nights, the aurora borealis joins the adventure, swirling overhead in greens and purples that reflect off the icy ground. What makes this tradition so powerful is its simplicity. Night hiking in Iceland is more than a sport. It's a reminder that time itself feels different here. The boundaries between day and night blur, and with them the sense of limitation. Whether you walk under the midnight sun or run through the silent snow, these journeys capture the very heart of Iceland: endurance, wonder, and the quiet thrill of existing between light and dark. Would you take a midnight walk where the sun never truly sets or rises? In Iceland, the night isn't a time to stop. It's a time to see the world from an entirely new light. And there you have it. 10 of the most fascinating and unexpected nighttime customs from Iceland. From soaking in geothermal pools beneath the stars to joining spontaneous midnight marathons under a golden sky, these traditions reveal just how deeply Icelanders are connected to nature, light, and each other. What's ordinary to them often feels magical and sometimes even unbelievable to anyone visiting. For the first time, each custom tells a story about resilience and creativity, how people learned not just to survive the harsh northern nights, but to celebrate them. Whether it's reading books deep into Christmas Eve, telling old stories by candlelight, or finding comfort in the quiet darkness, these moments remind us that the night can hold just as much life and light as the day. So now it's your turn. Which custom surprised you most? Would you dare to try any of them if you visited Iceland? Share your thoughts in the comments below, and don't forget to subscribe to Timeless Lists for more incredible journeys into traditions, mysteries, and curiosities from around the world. Until next time, keep exploring, keep wondering, and remember, sometimes the best stories only reveal themselves after dark.